What is up, y'all? We're back with some more pro wrestling talk, and Wrestlemania is in the books. And what a night! Weekend. I still got to get used to saying that, as you know, it's been a few years now since they switched to the weekend format. Not one night, but two. At first, I didn't know how to feel about that. A few years back when they started it off, like, is this too much? It's been a few years, right, y'all? But like, was this too much? Are they doing too much? Are they reaching? But I like it. I love it. And the way they filled in this card, this WrestleMania was second to none. This really was a special WrestleMania. Let me know if y'all agree with me. But I like the format. It sets it apart from all the other. Another thing I got to get used to saying, premium live events. I still want to call it a pay-per-view. I still do all the time. Anyone else out there, do you have that problem as well? You want to say pay-per-view. The lingo has changed. Sports entertainment has changed somewhat, but at the same time, it's still kind of the same in a way, except for seeing ads in the ring and all that, right? That's that TKO merger, something we were hearing about back when the merger was coming to fruition. It was like, we're going to see ads. Could you imagine The Undertaker, as they were talking about superstars rocking advertisements, right? Imagine, here's The Undertaker presented by Starburst coming down. Dong. Obviously, The Undertaker's retired, but could you guys imagine that? Boom. Well, he's got the Starburst logo on him or something. That would be a motherfucking trip. But two big title changes, actually kind of three in a way if you really want to get technical, in the first of which you see Cody Rhodes, the way he ended that Roman Reigns reign of terror is the way I heard someone else put it. Let me know if you feel like this was the way to do it, if it was all worth it to wait, as a lot of us thought Cody Rhodes was going to get the job done last year. But it took another year of storylines, another year of build-up and anticipation. And when he hit the trifecta of Crossroads, this was really special. And it's such a trip to think that Cody has definitely passed up his brother Goldust in the family, right? But like, has he surpassed the American dream? Dusty, has he surpassed his father at this point? I mean, seriously, no bullish. I think he has. And on a side note, what was going on with that Goldust talking about F the Rock? Did anyone else see that, man? Was that a work? Was that something like that? Or does he really have heat with The Rock? I didn't really get to delve into that story any deeper. I just saw him talking about, zoom in closer on a couple of belts he was holding and saying F the Rock. It felt like it was working, Dustin, but who knows? Maybe that was for real. Maybe that was legit. But with all this being said and all this going on and me taking it all in and Cody dethroning Roman Reigns, I'm a big football fan, a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and a sports journalist, who covers the Buffalo Bills, is a Bills fan as well. I liked when he put this up, man. I was like, man, real talk, it feels almost the same way as WWE tweeted out while sharing this amazing footage to this match. The trifecta of the Crossroads finished, period, the period story, period. Cody Rhodes earned that WrestleMania moment. And like I've been saying in this commentary, how greatly this all hit, how dope this all was, from the storylines to the match, the wait, the anticipation, all that, him possibly surpassing his father in the Rhodes family legacy. Some may tell me I'm crazy, but I don't know. I really, really think so, the way that they did all this. And then just to add in the fact that, as I was saying in a previous video, let me know if y'all agree with this or not, that Cody Rhodes a couple years ago felt like the guy that was going toe-to-toe with Vinnie Mac. As we know, Vinnie Mac's out the picture now, but, going up against the WWE, leaving the company, really being personally invested and involved in the competition and really putting on some great premium live pay-per-view events, saying, hey, other wrestling, the competition can go head-to-head with WWE. And then when he came back, it was really mind-blowing. A lot of us didn't expect it. But everything from there to now and everything in between, the way it all went was just like pitch perfect, poetic justice, something out of a movie, right? And I know some people will say, yo, Coffee, this is a movie, or this is theater, this is wrestling, it's pre-planned. I hate, don't call it fake. But the point is, yes, obviously that's part of the beauty of sports entertainment, right? But just because stuff is scripted and its storylines doesn't mean it always hits the way this has. Like one of the biggest box office hits, you know what I'm saying? Like when Titanic dropped in theaters or whatever, they really outdid themselves with this one. And then for me to see all that, really firsthand reflecting on all this, and see this sports journalist, was his name Thomas DeLause or something like that, say, and now Josh Allen needs to finish his. I'm a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and a comment out there if you guys are football fans and pro wrestling sports entertainment fans as well. The way Josh Allen has come so close, the way people always count him out, all the hate that he gets, all the talent that this guy has, how hard he just keeps fighting. It really feels like such a similar storyline. You know what I mean? Like, is Josh Allen the Cody Rhodes of the NFL right now? That 13 seconds game, among other seasons where we came so close. I mean, we were eliminated by the Chiefs in an AFC championship game a few years back. But, the next season when we went out there and beat the Chiefs in regular season, and then we lost to them in the playoffs like that with that 13 seconds left on the clock, and the way Josh fought, him and Pat Mahomes going, toe to toe, back and forth, out dueling each other, who could put the last points on the board is what it felt like was going to be who was going to go home happy. And you just knew, seeing the way they were playing this game, whoever won this game was going to go on to win the Super Bowl. And that's not the way it went. Mahomes' dreams were spoiled the next week. But man, the Bills win that game. I think they would have rolled on to a Super Bowl victory. Who knows? But I don't know. It just feels like that, right? Like any football fans, even if you're not a Bills fan, you are a Bills fan, all that, let me know up in the comments. I really felt like when dude responded with this tweet, Cody finished his story here in that moment. Now it's time for Josh Allen to finish his. He should have tagged Josh in that as well. I don't know. That just all hit so perfectly. So tap in and let me know if, with all this being said, in a way, Josh Allen is like the Cody Rhodes of the NFL, or is on his way to being, if he can go in and cash in and handle his business and do what he has to do. And speaking of cash in, as I was saying, there was technically 3 title changes. The other major title changed hands. And with that being said, too, it was a trip. I still, want to reference the title Cody Rhodes won as the Universal title, but they announced it the undisputed WWE champion once again, as Roman Reigns had unified the titles, and then they created this new title, which I still think is ugly. It's like a bootleg looking version of the old Ric Flair big belt, but rounded out with a WWE stamp in the middle. I don't know. And you see Triple H saying this is the biggest moment of Damian Priest's career, winning the world heavyweight title, which that's what I was getting at with Universal, undisputed, heavyweight. I always personally look at these 2 titles as that's the top in each brand, but it's like, they're going with one title over the other. I don't know how y'all feel about that, or the way you look at it, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, did that title take a hit in prestigiousness with the fact that Roman Reigns had already unified the titles? Like, I thought they were going to keep moving that way. Or, at one point in time, there was word that he was maybe going to lose one of those titles, but instead they created a whole other title. And I don't know, the way it all went, it kind of feels like that title is undervalued a little bit compared to the other one. But how about Damian Priest running out there, cashing in the money in the bank after CM Punk sitting at the Spanish announce table was out there hamming it up, and McIntyre won the title, was champion again. Punk was obviously happy about that. And then here comes out Damian Priest. And I gotta say, man, the whole cashing in the money in the bank thing, we've seen it happen so many times. Some people don't really care for that storyline wise. They feel like that's ran its course over the years. And at times I feel like that myself. But this night was just so much poetic justice, just all hitting so righteously that it was still fresh. It was still dope. It was still exciting. I don't want to say it was still shocking, but in a sense it kind of was with the way everything went that night. You know, in the whole weekend, really, you just were so taken back by everything going on. It still did kind of catch you off guard. So I thought that was pretty lit as well. And you see, after winning the belt, Priest runs into X-Pac, the 1-2-3 kid, Sean Waltman, who I'm happy to see still around the wrestling biz, still living life, loving life, clean, sober, and serene, man, you know? So what a night it was. What did you think about the title changes, everything we touched on in this video, the Money in the Bank being cashed in, and is Josh Allen the Cody Rhodes of the NFL or on his way to being that? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more pro wrestling talk, old wrestling, new wrestling, everything in between. And I'm out of here. Peace, y'all.